Jesus, you're the wind beneath my wings. Sweet Jesus.
We adofnom and then so yamamu nyina jo emamu atenase yankopɔ te asefo no ehira mo se kwasi ade nwumre ebunu nsia kan na motimuti vi achi se mo ba behwe adi yemre program no yankopɔ te asefo no ehira mo na ye hya mo bo se program yi so no yen kan se de opese wote no ne mum se de nyame asem cs apepepe ene be ka no yen kan me feel se me dwen se me susu se me yere se da bi yen ka bi wa ha ne mum that said the lord eno na ye ka wa ha nu nti na se bia ye ka bia no ebem pepepe ne mfeel na enye ya asem e nyankopon asem emparo nyankopon se obedi atro na wabra wo hwe e wo home based tv no e ade a tv stations mienu e na omo so fa na live sisi abetimi hwe wo royal tv e na abetimi so ahwe wo BATV and as a Trinity TV say tv stations mienu nyina so e yi program no live nti obetimi ahwe e wo konso enu achi no so ye stream live e wo facebook no de mesremo o de otu tv achi na wo hwe kra fa wo smartphone no na ko home based tv obehu program no feed no like a program no share time no tv stations 5 e mo adaroma e na mutua enti nyame enhrampa meka da wo program iso se mente asore Evangelist Joseph Anane wonte asore no akase bia ya asore fo bebo ayen da bi yente asore na mum ye kwasore enti ubusa yen ebe kire asore a ye kro no ni atufu se wonso kobi na okwa ya de a ebebo papa ye enyame pa 15th January 15th January eba Kaswa Obom Road church no eye church a na nka ekwesi ada sorry ena wotie ye program yi di akire nkakran no hu se da bi we ye no kre na no kre so de se ye top ne ye nton it is sanity de a wa convert the church no e de akwakobo SDA church mu asoro o branch mi nu wa ye ne sa wo de no to wo twen de ye kwa Strasa church no e wo Kasoa nti 15th di mo amote ben Kasoa ne area no asoro ni din de Total Victory Chapel hono na ye ba osofo a woda no Apostle Queen na bodwese anano hu na bodwese nyasem keto akura okay na SDA sofo a ohwe so sesei no Pastor Moses Kenu osofo nyame insira papa nti nyame pa 15th no ade a mobehu yen wo ho na maka ne sa wie no na number a opese o send sika de support program ya betima send sika faso no 05535749933 a good screen that's one to the number not all the bia binya kakra person or send the best support program no na wa send it about send it dia be na Joseph Anane say wo question bia so at the same number no and I'll be free offer Evangelist Bejo so come on na your friend is for the share Kofi Kakari enya men ko na mo ha Evangelist the researcher Joseph Anane ewa Evangelist ma adwo mo akwa ba hu say ye ho ayefe search me si uto mi maami asantoa adaroma ena odi adomo so be hye atare e program isu me so be hye ma no ba na o hwehwe ne kira kwan asa obeye wedding na asa dwumadi bi etesa na pe si uto papa ana shirt papa designer wear slim fit ahye a me nkire wakiri akra o trambe kom e ba wonim kakra bia won sani fa so won set ne shop no ho designer wear nko next ne nkeka nko enti hye no so sa fa emman Evangelist. Yes. The wrath of God, Onyankopon bufuo of fight to some yensa. Yeah. E dey na nyame wo ka kire.
Good. E na Onyankopon say. Afina shall say.
That's right.
And na ye kwese da beto so mienu. 9th January.
That's right.
2022. E na Onyankopon say yaba. Ode yaba. Me patro me fa wenka ho. Baby a ye be call coming Saturday. Ewo Kasoa no so for no dan Apostle Queen na sorry din na ye Total Victory Church say no what dey be share for asent no friend
that's right
SG Church Obom Road
okay
that's so for no correct Pastor Moses Kenu na ohwe asori no so
that's right
na me fa kwenye so nka SG for say omommo dwumadie ummo hu dewuro fi say the reports I yet here no e be share Ukraine e mi so nya papa
okay
yeah the be sin no on binum enim se bibi koso yeah e bi ekọ na omo no bia nipa ni firi aba ya enwa wa kakra be kan ni bebre
obey any day
ai
say John the Baptist na yeso o mebọ kwan ma Yesu Messiah
ai
intina ese nko enipa mu no obọ kwan no siesie o ma Messiah na so no tesere so
ai
okay
no mo hwe ni yeso mo
okay
very well onyankopon bufu we dey mean come kakra because yensem no ewanwumre
that's right and then so videos 15
yes.
that's right
na e kan nyankopon bufu a nyankopon bufu no e hya sefiri atembo bremu enkom hyemu no ye nya nyankopon ebufu ma nampa no emprinu
okay
yes me kan sa no na me pa kire se nyankopon ka kire Abraham Genesis 15:13 to 16
okay
mo so mo dika no ka kire Abraham said nasefo ba kodi akwasum ewo ekrobesu nyankopon bo
ananafo asase
yes wa ba kro ndi an kire Abraham echire ena abakosem de ba mo se eye Misraim afa nyankopon kan se omba kodi ho mfi ahanan na chi no ode ne sabasa mu odunu ebeyi won na oka kire won se obefa atemu so na ode agye om efreso man na
okay
eno ya pamda danu
okay
oba apamfoforo no mu a asem kro na so ne wo ho ai apamfoforo no so no ansa nyankopon bofo emra no tire ne se ebewie ewo atemu ahyase eno so kuta enkomhye ebrebi Abraham de ne ye imfi ahanan apamfoforo mo de no ewo Daniel 8:14 eno we fa imfi
impinu ahasa
2300 years
that's right
enti won se ni mienu nyina no ekuta no obram ka se time prophecy ekuta enkomsha ebre edam
that's right
afei etoso bio on se ya kan yakopɔ bufu a ono kasa so efra ne se na temu na ansa na yakopɔ bufu mra no je se atemu aba
that's right
tino atemu no koso no na ode bufu no ebo ye kokɔ kakra saa na koso Misraim
okay
na saa na ekoso ye brim enti wo hwɛ edi semete dunsia no a chichemu ye baako chichemu ye enson ne nyina no o kyerɛ mo sɛ onyankopɔ bufu no efiri entomadam ho baabi a Kristo Yesu wo na wodi maye no ɛhɔ na efiri ba
that's right
na ansa na emra no gese yen nipa no nyankopɔ abɔ ye kokɔ ma ya yesu tie anase ya anye sutie
okay
na wa ma bufu namba na abetentre ye se ba ya yen ya yentimi nya sutie no ya kai se nyankopɔ o kasa kyerɛ ye se de oni oba wo fie na bia ne oba no befum kwa na obetia no eno na make
okay
yes afei se de make nyankopɔ ofre ne atemu na eno nso ne onyankopɔ bufu no yes eno nso ne ohaw musuo
okay so no be free ni bia
adekro no
that's right
Misraim kunyayifo de omo pe ne gidigidi bia to omo so omo fra nyankopon satia
that's right
omo ka sa pe na je se omo acho be free afei onyankopon bufu bremu no eche wiase no mienu wo mo a eche onyankopon di Yesu Kristo di na omo de ne mmaransam so ani won so a enya ne saa Misraim die no se nyankopon ka kire ohen Pharaoh na Moses ka kire ne se Israel aye abakan
that's right
enti no wonya wo no na omonkoso na Awurade ena osan so kire mu se ebra atemu no koso no oka wo etire nwotwe no chechemu aduonu miensa ne ne aduonu nan no eye Exodus 8:23-24 oka kire mu se ode chechemu betu Misraim man eni Israel man entem
the share betum that's right
very good next year nyankopon ahye ne manso oba papofo no so so a nyankopon obehye ne manso ewo atemo brenum
okay
na womo obehye omonso na enkomhye di kan aka se omo ne 144,000
okay
omo ne achasefo mo atrene mo abakai sanya na Israel eye emakai ma onyankopon wo Misraim
that's right
sana 144,000 no so no eye emakai ma onyankopon ewo ena Misraim ayetimu
that's right
good afei so no onyankopon oyi de ebesi Misraim no oyi odi kan yi kire Abraham
okay
nti Abraham onim eno no so odi ekirija ekirima
that's right
said eba betum ni o hwe odifo Amos atwerenum etire miensa chemum enson Amos 3:7 also onyankopon onye biribi yise oyi ne timpo ne di ekire ne nko odifo oba edwom eduonu enum chechemu do 9 Psalm 25:14 ose onyankopon ehintasem ewo wona esuro no eho mo ha enti no mu se die nyankopon beye biara oyi kire nipa
okay
na onyi kire nipa hu keke oyi kire na difo ana ne nko a omusuro no good sanso na ebra ye ko beba na pe obeje Israel efi Misrim kra no enu so no okan ho asem ekire Mose
okay
ewo Mose wo no matrem yin Mose wo metoso mienu etrem yin sa kyeche mu nsia de kosi enwotwe eho nso so no ekosi enti ne mpese mema ya hwefo no ti ase ne se die ye ka no ade yakopon wo yi akire wotweresem
that's right
na nyi pa nyina na beti ase enti no se de enano fiada meka no brofo kasa mu no sa na nwumre nso meka ne biem se wo pese o tin nsame ase a obi amfa ne nkire ezi aso dem
that's right
good na ne ntia meka ne sa ne se adom akyade a yede ti sa nsame ase no nyankopon de dua ezi asafo no
that's right
enti wo kwa bisa wonum se wo pese wo tin nsame ase wo kɔ na bisa so mpene asofo na wanya bra mawa na no nkyɛ sɛ ni ho ɛwɔ hɔ ɔbɛpɔ bi a ɔba abɛkyerɛ mu ɛwɔ asafo na mu ɛyɛ ade ɛda ho na mefa akonya so nka nkyerɛ mo sɛ mepa atɔ sɛ sɛ wiase no ɛmu akyɛ me no awie yankasa akyɛ mu mienu na afi ne akopɔ no bɛsɛm
okay
fi sɛ afi atwa mu egusu me tɔ so du ne de tɔ so ɛnan ɛna ɔsom ahodoɔ na asɔre ahodoɔ kekan ho bɔ mu ɛkɔ agya konkron po Francis akate ɛne ɛsa kɔ hyɛ krata ase sɛ nhyehyɛ yɛ pɛ sɛ yɛde bu wiase ni
that's right
saa nhyehyɛ yɛ no eti onyankopɔn mmra enti no wiase na gye atom sɛ yɛbɛtietie onyankopɔn mmra nsɛm so wɔn a aka yankɔfa yansan bi
ɔmo nsa nkɔhyɛ saa krata na se bi ɛyɛ
SDF tina meka sɛ ɔpɛ sɛ ɔka wiase ho de a ɛne do mochi na mo sɛ ne Joshua kan no 24:15 Joshua nie ɔse mini me fie for de
yɛbɛsoma asafo right
enti patro mo fa mo ne nkyerɛ zi aso dem
that's right
na ahyɛnso de nyankopɔn de ahyɛ ne manso ɛho Bible text na go screen so no ɛdi sɛ metre do nkronkyɛmu ɛno yɛ wɔn a ɔmokuta ɛdi yɛ nkɔm hyɛ akyɛdeɛ
mo
the gift of the spirit of prophecy ɛna saafoɔ no ɛyi Bible no a ɛdi sɛ metre Revelation 12:17 ɛkyerɛ mo sɛ ɔmokuta Yesu Kristo gidi ɛna ɔmodi ne mmara nsɛm so
that's right
ɛna 14:12 ne kyerɛ sɛ we mu ne ahoteefo bo aseto wɔn a ɔmokura
onyankopɔn mmara nsɛm ɛne Yesu Kristo adanseɛ saa kuyi ɛna nyankopɔn ama wɔn adom akyɛde a yɛde te nkɔmhyɛ that's right
ɛna mekyerɛ mu sɛ saa ahyɛnsodeɛ yi ɛni asɔre bia mu kyi sɛ ɛzi asɔre yes enti wɔn hyɛ no so ɛma yɛ
okay
now maka ne saa no afei deɛ kyɛ ne sɛ onyankopɔn atemmuo no ɛɛkɔ so a suban baako a yɛhu wɔ nyame mma no mu sɛ yɛ na ɔmu hu akyire kwan ntɛm
okay
de kosi sɛ bɛdu ne pɔmpɔsoɔ bi ansa na ɔmahu sɛ daabi
nyame bufu ɛna ɛda
ne ho adi wɔhu sɛ ɛberɛ na Israelfoɔ no ɔhen foforɔ baeɛ ɛwɔ Misraim na ɔmbɛhyɛ mmara sɛ ɔmo yɛhwɛ han na sɛ Israelfoɔ ɛkɔ so ara to mpɔn a wɔnhwɛ adakye bi
ɔmbɛgye ɔman no afa
enti yɛnhyɛ mmara no afei yɛni ɔmo ɛnhyia ni ɛna ɔkɔfa mmara no baeɛ sɛ
yɛnkum wɔ ma mɛma biaa wo bɛma yɛnku no
na afei yɛma ɔmo dwumaden so nyɛ enti saa deɛ no kɔ so na nkɛ sɛ Israelfoɔ ho akyira kwan sɛ nkɔmhyɛ berɛ Nyankopɔn twa yɛ mfi aha nan sɛ ɛso a yɛbɛyi ɔmo afiri mu na ɛberɛ no yɛ aso ɛnti na ɔmo nsɛm ahu a wɔmiamia ne mama ɔmo sa sɛ bɛyɛ ɔmo bɛfi sɛ ɔgye berɛ no ɛdɛn
ɛwɔ that's right
fine ɛno na Nyankopɔn ne Mose kɔhyia wɔ sɛre nso a ɔka kyerɛ sɛ mesoma wo na wakɔ me man no akɔyi ɔmo very good saa nso na woba yɛ ebire mu a ɛbra so sɛ nyame ma yɛadwen ɛho sɛ yɛbɛfiri asase so
that's right
sɛ Yesu Kristo ma yɛn ho ahyɛnsodeɛ ɛwɔ nkɔnhyɛ mu ɛyɛ Luka homa no tiri no baako kyɛmu dunu kyɛmu do baako ɛne aduonu
that's right
wɔn nso ɔka sɛ asase wosoɔ bɛsi mmea ɛkɔm yaredɔm yes ɛna ɔsɛ nneɛma ehudeɛ bɛfiri ɔsoro n'aba ɛna ɔduru kyɛmu aduonu num no verse 25 na ɔka sɛ nsɛnkyerɛnne bɛsi owia no mu ɔsram ne bosom na ahoyahia besi asase so ɛpo ne asɔkyɛ wonti
that's right ɛna saa deɛ ma wei no mu nyinaa so
esisi na deɛ esie no sɛ deɛ ɛhyɛ ahyɛ Misraim no saa na shas air cost or Abram. Miss Bresson and Yamane cost one. Asasiano, nice up on a tinker, so Yakopo bomb who buy. So
that's right.
Or how nice as I say you do. You did kind, me and Sano. A see, Miss Assassin, so Empo Babia is up for one. A see ho. And so Yakopo boys up on home by some. Baako mienu miensa no atwa mu Nyankopɔn ka sɛ nson no aka no
me de hye betum
sa enti no ene yebrem so sa ne te Nyankopɔn ɛka na atembo no sɛ ɛyɛ atembo bɔne brofo no ka na my soul judgments atembo a ano ɔden ɔse baako ɛyɛ ɛkom baako yɛ nkrante baako yɛ ɛmoa bɔne ɛna baako yɛ yaredɔm ɛna sɛ san yade
nkrante ni gyina hɔ ma ɔkon ne akosɛm
na akosɛm
that's right
ogya hwegu sa enti sa ekom krante aye moa bone no se moa ne bi wo ho a omo ba abawi anuaba
that's right tutumbe
ka ho Ghana akra ne se ye bebe di army worms no se de mo boarding otwi eno so abawi amanfo bru on kranza no mo ne bi brafo a
sanko bia weremfo
sa eno so abetwe
that's right
sa no mayi ena ema ekom eba enti no maka ne sa no memfa anuanom emfa ne esisi wo ye bremu kakra
okay
Yohana United Nations edema ne boba ese ekom ekoso wiase na panin baako a oda asoya ehwe wiase nua ne sem so se onni bie eni mobro wa banya duane adie no
that's right
ye friend John Holmes ono oye adwuma UN hwa ma odi na adwuma ba wie 2008 na obekọ no ono kan se enipa ekom edi wo mu wo wiase no
that's right
what the accountable eto ho a osusu say a estimate osusu say a 25,000 every day.
Wow,
yes,
on daily basis.
I nipa e come do mo to the
omunya tuani
ni enu twam nko mfenu machi e na omunsa so popro e bai no kra BBC na de bai BBC na so say tese won bo wani pre edu ni obronika no 10 seconds won wani pre impredu no na enkola awu no enam edu baako
enam e community
ha ay 1 second 10 seconds bia no nipa baako 10 seconds bia no na ekomobi then no so no me de ho akotabo beba afi atwa mo ye 2021 omansa so de aba se ampa ekomo a ekum nipa no anokra de nchen ayi COVID.
That's right.
Abano. Our so at the ambassador every minute biano, enipa 11.
Wow.
A come. Sa canino now ya 10 seconds to 1. And you know, yeah, it's 60 seconds and 1 minute.
That's right.
And
as he said, the abroco
said that up ya atra. And you know, I'm an eboa. A bano some mechanic in a bomb, the better screens is Sarah. On say 2008, no, not yet nipa 25,000. Emu ekom ebedru 2013 5 years interval keken 5 years keken yenya 3 billion 153 million and 600,000 ekom ekuon sa bra na we population 7.2 billion
to almost half
and then last year your population here 7.8 billion and nipa ewu no 5 billion 781,000. So what's in Senia or Modi or my accountable?
That's right.
Sani Binyano. Just any pay.
We a free
United Nations. Yes,
Food and Agriculture Organization.
Yes.
Okay.
And Tinipano 11 every minute. Nipa 11 every minute. Nipa 11. Just say Tiasi 11 minutes beyond. I say every minute beyond. Just say a come up mobi. And no, you who saw your bufu. Yembisa se Onyankopon Adam obo Adam a ohume nkwa hume gu ni mu Adam be okrata se for na Adam be ye nipa no na duane atwa ne ho hia.
That's right.
So enne no aduane no ntwa ho hia bi wo hwe de reto screen so a yayi United Nations for na ekasa no me fa free DWTV.
Okay.
Omo kro bi din te se Sahel ya ka Sahel a ebe fa free Mauritania aye biblia asase so Africa fa Mauritania ebefa Chad, ebefa Mali, ebefa Northern Nigeria, ebefa Sudan, na de wura Somalia, Ethiopia, na de wasi from ewura Yemen. Just say bia wo nyina no ekom.
Wow.
Ena ekum nipa.
Ena nkom hye no se ekom ebeba mea it is a magana and just
encouragement. Very good. Afei Bible kyerɛ mu sɛ Ezekiel atwerɛ no de ho adanse Nyankopɔn se yɛto ne mmra obema ekom aba.
That's right.
So enti no sɛ ahwɛfo ene kristofo a yɛmpensempensem no mo yɛnhwɛmu na chi ase sɛ nema bi nsisi kwa.
That's right.
Ɛyɛ dan ne kro ba ko betra sɛ kom de omu nyinaa wo kro ma nipa ewu na bebe fo so de omo te ho a mo didi a mebi kakra yetu.
That's right.
Ezekiel kan chapter 14 12 to 13 was screen so and Deuteronomy 28 15 to 42 ne nyina e kan de kro.
That's right.
Say yetie onyankopon asem a enhyira beba yentie na se bu ne mra nsem so a no mi na de akiri enti no kwan onyankopon fa so ma ekom eba no ye bebo video ba ko mienu ne miensa de kai na yenyi kwan ba ko pe emfa nkyere ayi adofo no mo hwade.
Yeah, that's it. Adolfo said them kind and you 15 videos you better see the best trains and said be ya NTS and beba because dance into the kunsu I who have best productions of my crowd videos 1 to 3 what are no room for my.
It sounds biblical, but as the world grapples with the COVID pandemic, the continent of Africa is facing another plague, locusts. As Nick Schifrin reports, the small insects pose a serious threat to food security throughout the region.
In East Africa, the air carries two plagues. Locusts, swarms with as many as 50 billion insects. As COVID-19 threatens the people, locusts threaten people's livestock and food.
They are being a menace, eating our grass and even getting into our homes. When we slaughter our livestock, we find locust faces in their stomachs. Without a doubt, they are affecting our health, our animals' health, and the environment.
In February, 8 East African countries experienced an initial swarm, the largest for parts of the region in 70 years. And now a new wave is 20 times larger than the first wave.
There are swarms that it's not uncommon to be, let's say, the size of Manhattan in New York City. So they can be very big. In one day, that swarm can eat the same amount of food as everybody in New York and
it is practically impossible or mockery to intelligence of humankind that this one can be used to control swarms of billions of insects.
Just when you thought the year couldn't throw anything else at the world, it has. Locusts, a lot of them. Just half a square mile of swarm has up to 80 million locusts packed in it. And while the locusts may not be eating their way through the U.S., they are wreaking havoc from Africa to Asia to the Middle East. It's a huge problem for food supply in countries that are already struggling to deal with the coronavirus pandemic. And what's worse, if these record numbers of locusts aren't controlled now, the upcoming rainy season could make it a true disaster, like famine-level disaster in the eastern part of Africa.
Considering that there's 20 million people in the region already in, acute food insecurity, which is one level below famine, you can understand, the danger.
What exactly is a locust? Well, basically it's a kind of grasshopper, common to dry or arid areas, and normally, when they're on their own, they lead pretty boring lives. But when they get together...
Adolfo yasan emmo kwa babiu Nyankopon kasa na dodo a ewo adi semu nimde no ene beti ase evangelist
say Abraham to men ba Misraim no de yes Onyankopon atemu na ba Misraim so na o ma Israel fo apie ye Abraham ade no koso ye hu se nyame ma ebepie firi ha ko hebe ye hu mote home to so num na was screen so no.
That's right.
Chechemu etredon edunu ngo chechemu dunum. O se na ebeba se anase se ba se mo ntiruade mo nyankopon. Na mo ndi ne mransem ne na hyede so amasha mo ne de ya. Na sa num nyina beba mo so.
That's right.
Udru verse 42 no a. O se onuaba ene umfunye ne onuaba tutum beba den. Ebese. All thy trees and fruit of thy land shall the locusts consume. Yehu de ekoso. Say papa no kan o se you can say e kroti say New York and California ennuane anipa gu no bedi ne dako no emwa no emwa no timidi just o me si onu aba so a o me dako bedi se aduane nyinara. Wow. Enti yenu mkoso a e de kom ananam ena ye kire mo say sandu me no enkoyo e da so wo ho omugusu tese mi hu kwa mo fa so mo ba obeti aso mo ba.
That's right.
Ni akoto nru ni de ma helicopter na wiem ye be spirit so enka e omo ano mo ko omo ano ma ba omo ba so mo ba no mako omo ba ni bebrebe won jase ye say e ka onyankopon abufo no.
That's right.
Secret of force nyankopon mra ni ho enu ntino de esi no omo ni hu safoa.
Church of Christ 42.
Yes.
Mom si yakopon bransim du enye dwuma biu na edis wa wo hwedua base.
Yes.
Ne kofa bai no.
Oto yakopon mra ya bone. Bone no esusu aso ni bi ni yakopon onyankun na mo di we e bo wo kokko. Se sakra wadwen entisa no a ompre no nkasa ne bekun. Enye we nko na ekoso. Ye mbo video edis obim 4 to 7. Ye pancha another strand.
Production videos 4 to 7 and also some ya crowd madaroma mu room for my.
Oh, I know. Our estimates, we believe, give us a better estimate of how much disease, hospitalization, and death there is.
The government now believes roughly 8 million children have come down with the virus. In addition to the 540 who have died, 36,000 have been hospitalized. Among adults 18 to 64, there were an estimated 12 million cases, 53,000 hospitalizations, and almost 3,000 deaths.
What we are seeing in 2009 is unprecedented.
But the agency insists the outbreak hasn't actually worsened. Instead, the numbers now include cases that previously had been missed.
We have underreporting of cases for several reasons. Not all patients who actually die from this are detected, meaning that they don't even realize the hospital has what they have. In some cases, they suspect it but can't confirm it because the right tests weren't done. Or third of all, because of the fact that it just doesn't get into the system.
Still, the 3,900 estimated deaths are only about 1/10 of what we usually see in a typical entire flu season.
The CDC said the supply of H1N1 vaccine continues to increase. As of today, almost 42 million doses are available.
The fear of flu was enough to divert a DC-bound jumbo jet today. A passenger from Germany complained she felt ill, and the pilots landed right away in Boston.
Runny nose, sore throat. We transported her to the Mass General Hospital.
Early estimates indicate the H1N1 strain is slightly more contagious than the typical seasonal flu, infecting roughly 1 out of every 4 people who live with a flu patient. Genetic testing, however, shows it is a less lethal strain than feared.
We do not see the markers for virulence that were seen in the 1918 virus.
That flu pandemic swept the world, killing an estimated 50 million people. Upon news of this outbreak, prescriptions for antivirals jumped 800%. And the government is spending $250 million to buy 13 million more courses of Tamiflu and Relenza. President Obama explained the move in a special cabinet meeting.
Even if it turns out that the H1N1 is relatively mild on the front end, it could come back in a more virulent form during.
Ebola is a disease that knows no mercy. This man is one of many affected by the outbreak in Guinea. But there are teams from around the globe who are on the move or on high alert to contain this current outbreak. Treating the disease is complicated because it's rare, it's contagious, and it's deadly. This is the first time Ebola has been found in Guinea. An added complication is that the disease is not only present in several remote areas in the country, but there are also numerous cases and deaths in the capital city of Conakry.
The World Health Organization has been managing Ebola outbreaks since the 1970s. Once the disease has been reported, it triggers a global response. The IHR, International Health Regulations, provides a global framework for a collective effort in support of the outbreak response. Communication between WHO HQ, the AFRO Regional Office, and the WHO Country Office in Conakry intensifies. The Global Outbreak Alert and Response Network, GORN, and other partners are alerted. Some contribute financially, some contribute supplies, others head to the outbreak site as logisticians, doctors.
March 2003. Panic grips Hong Kong as a deadly new virus sweeps through the city, one of the most densely populated in the world. The Amoy Gardens estate is sealed off after hundreds of residents contract severe acute respiratory syndrome, or SARS.
No one would come to Amoy Gardens. Even the taxi drivers refused to take people here.
Simon Say and his wife Rosa were two of the 1,800 people in Hong Kong infected with SARS. The highly contagious virus is thought to have spread from bats in southern mainland China.
I was so scared at the time. I was consumed by fear because I'd always been very healthy before. When I was in intensive care, I felt even more scared. I couldn't breathe. Never in my whole life had I felt that I couldn't breathe.
Simon and Rosa made a full recovery, but SARS killed nearly 300 people in Hong Kong and infected 8,000 globally. The Prince of Wales Hospital was at the front line of the battle.
Yes. Oh, say yes, you can look our say as high pestilences.
That's right.
The year mono. Me pese yahwefo no enhwe de ekoso. Video di kan eye 2009. President Obama breso. Yare BTC America. Omankasa today say H1N1 flu.
Okay.
Ekunkum kola. Na subanya omukuta wo ho ene wiase asoya ehwen yarewa na emuro so se ne be ko tia esan yade no.
That's right.
Omo nyina osuban be se esan yare bi bakuru bi so a ye nyina ye kwanka bum na ye nkuntia yade na emfiri ho ankoka ekufufuro.
That's right.
Njon so man panyo ba man kasa ne na ne nimpanimfo na atena se a wo mo adwun kwan be fa so a ye be boss ayare no ho ban ma antra America. Ekunkum kola be America nso so no mo bomoden eso ano.
That's right.
America. Omogu so mo so ano no aka kra mo na akwawie no na mo ti se bi pie wo Africa ha mo ka no Ebola.
That's right.
Ebola no
Angola na baby sir.
Yes, esi Guinea, esi
Congo.
Liberia, Congo.
That's right.
Yes, I but just say Ghana ho hia Burkina Faso no ho from afa ho.
Itiri
Nyame nko a. Ena yankopon oji ye efrimu eye Ebola no. Anu ekire ena ba ko so ba Taiwan mo frɛ no SARS. Severe acquired respiratory syndrome. And also ba ho no e kan Taiwan for kan Hong Kong. Ene sa Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia and ewura ho.
That's right.
Enso no bomodin e koso ano kakra na ebrenas. Ne nyina no ne yedi kire mo se Onyankopon bofuo no adom ne mobrohu efrem.
Okay.
Enti no we no omakwan ma ne ba na nadom ni nti na wabrenase.
That's right.
Penimfo si akonya no adu.
If you say Yesu da so gina nanimu
o da so gina ho. Na o ba bia wode fa. Ti me pese Christopher ti ase se sa esan yade no a ye chichiri ano hye mass no e wo ho dada. Sa ye we ye for yaka H1N1 and na Ebola and na SARS ya ka ho asami. Na nyina wo ho me omwa bomoden abrenase aso ano. Yensambo video ediso ni empanchira ase na mo yi.
Okay, production videos 8 to 10. What are my so moon room for my.
Microcephaly means being born with an abnormally small head. Small in relation to the rest of the body, and it indicates that the brain may not have grown adequately during pregnancy. It can be caused by a number of conditions: infections, severe malnutrition, exposure to toxic chemicals. But we're worried at the moment that the new emergence of Zika virus, a relatively mild infection in Southern America, has been associated with infections presumably early in pregnancy, which have affected the growth of the baby's brains. In order to know whether your child has microcephaly or not, the first is you need to talk to your obstetrician or midwife who's caring for you antenatally, and it may be possible to do ultrasound scans later on in the pregnancy to look at the baby's brain and to look at measures of brain growth. But not all cases will be picked up in the antenatal period. Once the baby is born, of course, then the baby needs to be properly assessed.
Good evening. Just ahead of the spring and summer travel season, we got a sobering update on Zika today. The nation's top health officials warning that the Zika virus appears to be a lot scarier than first thought, spreading much faster. And the United States will soon be in the crosshairs, with the mosquito population taking off in the coming warmer months. The National Institutes of Health and the CDC issuing an urgent plea to Congress today to act now to pay for immediate steps to protect Americans. NBC's Tom Costello has details.
Tonight, a stark warning that the haunting images of babies born with microcephaly in Brazil, abnormally small heads and brains, are becoming a very real concern in the U.S.
Everything we look at with this virus seems to be a bit scarier than we initially thought.
The Zika virus is carried by the Aedes aegypti mosquito. Until recently, researchers believed it was found in just 12 states. The new estimate, 30. Further north than first thought, though that doesn't mean they'll carry Zika that far. Already, 346 Zika cases are reported all over the country, mostly from travelers who brought the virus home. And now pregnant women living along the Gulf Coast are potentially at risk. Tropical disease expert Dr. Peter Hotez is warning microcephaly could ravage the region like Hurricane Katrina.
I'm very worried that in the areas of extreme poverty, in poor neighborhoods in U.S. Gulf Coast cities such as Houston and New Orleans, maybe Tampa, that we are highly vulnerable to seeing Zika virus transmission, leading to...
Rachel Alarcon had always availed of the government's immunization programs for her children. Why not, she says, they're free. But that has not been the case for her youngest, who's just 5 months old.
I do trust our local health workers, but Dengvaksha has me worried. My baby's healthy. I'm scared vaccines could cause problems.
Dengvaksha is the world's first dengue vaccine. In 2016, the Philippine government launched a dengue immunization program that to date has covered more than 800,000 school children. But late last year, Dengvaksha's manufacturer, Sanofi, warned that the vaccine could trigger severe illness among those who've never been exposed to the mosquito-borne
virus. Program na home-based TV na topic I discuss no the wrath of God part 3. Na so what said the evangelist difference e free no. And son Yankopon be kwa Israel for free Egypt no. Okache Moses said so ko na Pharaoh enti amekum na makan. But when fiti prekope enkum na makan. Ni wo ma ha muso ma akoma konkron e de kan ansa na okum na makan. Sanso na Yesu ma ye tosom yi no. Wa kire yen se ansa na obeba no ha muso nso bi beba. Na ansa na no be frase no. Enketinkiti bi amobruhunu frem e be frase. Eno evangelist e kire se e frase a e di dwuma e Christopher ye ma ye ni emra ye ho so. Enti akwaba evangelist.
Very good. One will say the ye hwe ye no. Yare ni bi omoka no Zika virus. Na Zika no omo say wo South America.
Okay.
Yare a yesi kan kwala wo yefun.
Serious.
Wontimi hu. Aye den obi anyinsen. Na amfa moja no a anwene akola no wo yefun. Ya akola no afom wo yefun awie no yesi wanya yare. Ye be wo no na ne tikiti bi na ne pedua ya kase. Stephen Zika virus. Na no so no abrafo no bo hu modern America too, because if you want by America say say na wa hwa se aye den na abofra wo yefun mu a wanya yade yesi wo dia san obi e na yare pepe yefun
asɛm
so say it enti ye kire mo say Nyankopɔn bufuo no nipa adwen nuru ho
ye bekoso de science akire mu na so the truth of the matter say nyame ye bufuo
sa ti won say doctor say kire mu a omo ho kire yi ko we no ade no hyase ho South America Brazil mantem ho na ade ne koso enti no emema no a sabi omo no omo ka omo yire no a ye wo nkwala sa mema no aso na fruit pre ne ma no so beda America mo nya zika ni bi
dabi
wo kire mu anya yi ti na Bible kan say esa yade beba me ahodo ade na ba ti eba sa no so Nyankopɔn mo buru hu kakran na from na se ne de koye ni de zika di ba no na eno chin so no ho say osan eyi ba ko bi eye dengue fever won say ye wonkola no panie
that's right
yes sa panie no na abacha no so complain say bom mo man sa panie no e man kola no yare mo say e han kola no I just said the ya by see panie no wa see panie no was the same thing na e koso but no na akoye nkola nti ya nti e na akoye Ghana han so so no ya nti
ya sheda no kra news de Ghana for
so say it sa no mo nyina e mo ana biaba sa nti yade koso wem na Bible kan say esan yade pestilences e kan Nyankopɔn bufuo mu kakran enti ye twi agidifo asua adwase so say yare wa hodo no a esisi no
enye kwa na emum nyame kasa
esan say ye to ne mra Christopher ho da bia ye kan say mo say Nyankopɔn mra na ye du otu ba kwa watu ni nyinara
that's right
enti no say ye homede o say ya ware say you say ya to na wadi o e say de wa kokoto bosum anim enti omonte asese de ye no wo de kokoto bosum de ani ko say wa so bosum enti men fa Kristo de mfa nkata ho so ensan to ne mra ohun so ye bususum ni ohun so ye wudi ni enti na so twe ne ba obema so twe efata say be ya ba kai wadwen yensan to so de
na de force wo kra say ne ye se be matimi ware be ma matimi ware oba na wo enu nyina ko nyame onye din nyame kasa production videos 11 to 12 Mother Mamuro and also MIA.
It's another day of work for one of America's top medical researchers. Starting with his 45-minute commute, Dr. Robert Gallo is still working hard nearly 30 years after his breakthrough discovery of the first retrovirus in humans, the one that causes leukemia. That work later led to the discovery of the retrovirus responsible for AIDS. He also developed the blood test that screens blood supply.
Did you see my notes on it?
10 years ago, Dr. Gallo and two other scientists founded the Institute of Human Virology in Baltimore, dedicated to the study and treatment of HIV/AIDS. The Institute's goal is halting the epidemic. Dr. Gallo has been honored with more than 80 medical awards and 30 honorary degrees. However, when asked about what is
It has been 40 years since the first case of AIDS was reported, and since then, nearly 35 million people have died from HIV-related disease. Now, while there's still no cure, there's been great progress in developing treatments. Today, infected people only have to take 1 tablet a day. But HIV is still the leading cause of death of women of childbearing age, especially in southern Africa, which has the world's highest infection rate. I'll be talking to an activist about her life with HIV after this report from the Khayelitsha township in Cape Town, where one health campaigner is working to make sure people stay on their...
I don't think there's more probably evangelist. Yes, I could hear videos.
Yes. One will say, where the HIV? Dr. Odi Ken, who say Yadebi, Abba, Infinite HIV, so boarding Dr. Robert Gallo.
That's right.
Second video, no. The Abayo no Casa Chromatiso Ganani, or Edgemore DWTV.
Oh, okay.
Right. Now, no Ocase. Last year, no Ocase. Or say, if you do 40 years, I HIV Abba. Ya bomode an se betwase ntu
be sin na yinya na dru
yinya na dru tini ye ma we dru a e kan wa ensa ya de de so be mo nya kwanse kakra enku ntem sa enti no yare so wo ho ye nya no dru nkai ye nya ye ntimi nti ase se Nyankopon bufu fi se ba bia yare ne fa bia no e kire ne be kire mu ye ba kakra matimi aka nse ya ne se ya na Nyankopon no odi brebone ase fi se ya na ye de boni bi tu mirika dodo se dwamansam na de HIV ba yi
mo
ti e ba sa no pe wonya wo kondom dwamansam ni memma wan memma nyina
afi no mabohu
wabohu kakra na eswat
omo titi a break so
sanity enti no wonum nyina ye kokobo a eba fisa temu kese na nkasa ba wanachi a eno no mabuhu emfrem
that's right
enti no anwumere no ye keka yade wahodo a ekere se bibi besi yempa bidu saka no nto aso
okay production videos 11 to 12 and also more room for my.
In a matter of days, Dr. Li Wenliang went from treating patients to becoming one. The 34-year-old ophthalmologist diagnosed Saturday with the Wuhan coronavirus, dying less than a week later in the same hospital in which he worked. But if action had been taken when he and others started sounding alarms, the severity of the outbreak might have been understood sooner. Struggling to communicate, Li spoke with CNN briefly by phone on January 31st. You could hear the hospital machines pulsing in the background. It was back in late December when Li first warned friends on WeChat about a SARS-like disease going around. Li sent a group message saying that a test result from a patient quarantined at the hospital where he worked showed a patient had a coronavirus. But hours after hitting send, Wuhan city health officials tracked Li down, questioning where he got the information. Within days, they closed the suspected source of the virus, this seafood market, and they announced the outbreak. But instead of being praised, Li got a call from Wuhan City Police. With Li coughing too much and breathing too poorly to speak by phone, we asked Li by text, "How did you feel when this happened?" "I felt a little afraid I would be detained, afraid my family would worry," Li responded. He agreed to sign this document, admitting to spreading rumors online and severely disrupting social order. It reads, "We want you to cooperate with the police and listen to our reminder and stop the illegal act. Can you do that?" Li answered, "Yes, I can." In the weeks that followed, the Wuhan Municipal Health Commission maintained that there was no obvious evidence for human-to-human transmission, no infection of healthcare workers, and that the outbreak was, in their words, preventable and controllable. And with that, the people of Wuhan continued about their normal lives. Then came a sudden jump in infections. China's central government took over, scrambling to contain a spreading virus with a...
It is my profound honor to address the United Nations General Assembly 75 years after the end of World War II and the founding of the United Nations. We are once again engaged in a great global struggle. We have waged a fierce battle against the invisible enemy, the China virus, which has claimed countless lives in 188 countries. In the United States, we launched the most aggressive mobilization since the Second World War. We rapidly produced a record supply of ventilators, creating a surplus that allowed us to share them with friends and partners all around the globe. We pioneered life-saving treatments, reducing our fatality rate 85% since April. Thanks to our efforts, 3 vaccines are in the final stage of clinical trials. We are mass producing them in advance so they can be delivered immediately upon arrival. We will distribute a vaccine. We will defeat the virus. We will end the pandemic. And we will enter a new era of unprecedented prosperity, cooperation, and peace. As we pursue this bright future, we must hold accountable the nation which unleashed this plague onto the world, China. In the earliest days of the virus, China locked down travel domestically while allowing flights to leave China and infect the world. China condemned my travel ban on their country, even as they canceled domestic flights and locked...
Adolfo, you sign Emma Mokwababu. Evangelist, the episode.
Oh, and some be Koswa. Mean to me, Cassia but Nipa Nanya Wimuno Moka. Yadia Baye COVID-19. Doctor Na, or Deacon, who say Yadibia Bayasin, was so a baby and a ban in hospital over China. And who Yadia. And no catching young for doctor for say Yadia who Yadibi ewo Nakachi. Na etimia sayade. And paso so no doctor Nankasano one yebi. Or Fasui. Na son of the wonu or cattle horse. Adiano Yadiana made to Tino, said it etieni. Entino, or no so is like a buying a China buying no beshasano. Asano. And a China buying car say, and yes, I idea. Nipping to me, Paman Yunkunipa. Into Mojemu, and Adiano, 10 years and nipa kunkum nipa eno ne ye ko ebe ye ko bi na unhu say na President Trump ka say a China virus na de ne sha say China no na nka say aban no eso ano say de mabbo nyina no Zika Ebola ene kan sample H1N1 ade ne sha say a na adurefo nyina kogu ho na ya so ano say be ya Anthony na we no Nyankopon de ko fa ba bi a omone na say China aban no ya aban bi a ono no say
bia na so
on person be bre no ho ase sa enti yade aba ne krom no na ye be fa ma no ne abeboa no say ha no
ohia obia no
say ahoma so say ahantan yo ene ye nyina ye de breze aboy ye huna de nam yi ena mafo de nam say ebim na akofa yade na ba no say de bia de ne say yenyo bi di share
ese ne
enti no o track ade na hyase a nipa ba akopɛ oba ba akopɛ ena start ye so kofa free so amfa free ye hu ena odi kwa yare sabe no so ye na odi akɔ ena odi kwa san doctor wo ho ena odi san wo mu a ɛwa yare sabe ho ena de na hyase ene abaye wiase nyina adesoa enti no wo nyina yo Nyankopɔn bufo kakra
edi bu wiase kokɔ se ye ni be ba ye ho so se de obosoro ni asase no oba enti en sakra ya agwe
sanity
okay evangelist dasi bebre adofnom enya nka ebe to so no so emre yi ni nka so ne ha no ye di dwumadi no ebesie na yekoso kai mo se enya me pa memene da ebe se de ekan no 15th of January no ye ko kasoa checha na nka yekosi ada sorry a wadane akwakoye no SDA church ye kwa akosra sa osofo a ni den de Apostle Kwenu na osofo a wada asafuna no sese a akodi ne nsem SDA fu mu no Pastor Moses Kenu wonso wa sorry no what wo twen de ade echi ade esen no na emre eko nti so wo unipa bi a pepe bi yo ne fa hokodom SDA church no o kitan grandson o that is the truth me mente sorry evangelist on te sorry but ye be kire wo nokra sorry no asa wo pe nokre no ekire dia obetimi akọ na wakọ akodi ekire enu ekire no mesramu amada woroma me wo fa kwa kubrefo ya yefre no kudi atema mo amwo agency ho no mo yi clearing and forwarding for ndie mo kai no kudi ne ma me afri mo nyame pa 29th of this month eno mo ye na yie ewo asokore a eben be kwai asokore ne dɔɔso ne mum ne eben be kwai no ho no ne ye yie no nti mo ma ye nyina yenko na yenko boa no enu echi no si utasha me fefefe ohima santoa and shop no Accra wotara me komba wanim kakra bi on send fast wo bunso shop no ewo ho no a obinya slim fit suit e dey your wedding and I say e dey akọ wadwuma no meetings a ohia nyina intisha no so samaye enu achi no so person send this cabe support program ya number no egu screen no so 055 35 74 933 o person ni evangelist Joseph Anane kasa for the same number obinyano na ni na kasa and my number is 0244 132368 that's 0244 132368 ofra you know ebobon komo messages number but mintimi enkan ye bre no jamin shra so che bre hwe no BATV Trinity TV afi Royal TV and a Home Base TV jamin shra from esuafo de hye kufika kare nyame akwa onam na so kasa kire no evangelist Joseph Anane
once repeat
program I share ne enwumre Mr Free Adaroma evangelist Mr Free ne ma me afrim ne papa frim say odwene ho a you can't think far
sorry
Mr Free yesro Nyankopon te asefo na nkasa enchekere wo re na emane how bebre ya re cheche sem ne say dan kwa ma wo sorry anopa no totrobento chen edi kai no Kristo hu mu awufo be sorry ibia na papa nso asori aka ho bi ti Nyankopon na nkasa enchekere wo re emfamaye amen wona daroma ukua da obenya program we repeat ahwe 10 pm ebono ndua ukua da nwumre Free Adaroma obenya program ya sa repeat no ebe me hunu no kre na no kre no aye adehye yedamase